What's going on, YouTube? Claic Yuzolt back again with another FFBE and War of the Visions video. That's right, we just got big news on the 4th anniversary in FFBE and a collaboration with War of the Visions and news in War of the Visions. We're going to pile all that together here as we review the official video and talk about how awesome it is, because it's got a lot of good stuff and some exciting news in both games. So let's get into it. So guys, we're not going to be watching the video, but we're going to do like I have been doing with the official FFBE videos, where I kind of show the images and review them, but this is a cool like collaboration video as well, as we cover both FFBE and War of the Visions. So looking over what's going to be happening is we're kind of going into the 4th anniversary of FFBE, so we have some information on that, but we also have the collaboration in both games with FFBE characters going in War of the Visions and War of the Visions characters coming to FFBE. And we can see here we have some wallpapers going on, and we kind of already get a hint of Fryevia being in War of the Visions, which I cannot wait to talk about here at the end of the video. And then they show some rewards that we're going to be getting because of the collab going in between them. We are going to be getting a special event with War of the Visions characters in FFBE, being that we're going to be able to get Mont for free, and we're going to have this special event going on. We can get Mont 7-star for free, and we're going to be able to do the whole equipment enhancement event for War of the Visions, kind of like we did with Gilgamesh, is what I'm going to assume is going to be going down here. They talk a bit about Mont and how he looks so good. The War of the Visions sprites in FFBE looks so good. We got Mont here looking like a strong guy. He's not that strong in the game, sadly. TMR Lion Emblem giving you some stats, filling LB gates for all allies with Rallying Cry. And then his Trust Mastery reward is boost HP by 20% and boost attack and defense by 40% when equipped with a sword. Nothing too crazy, but I really just want to have him on my team to kind of battle with it and have, because I am such a fan of War of the Visions, especially the story. So next up, they chose Ketone, which was a great choice for them. Ketone is going to be a damage dealer, a debuffer, super trust master reward, night blooming flower, boost attack by 70%, which is huge, lightning resist by 60, which is huge, and boost equipment attack when armed with 2 one-handed weapons. So we're going to give you guys that true dual wield that you want. This STMR is bonkers, and as we go through these units, you're going to see that their TMRs and STMRs are bonkers. They're just so good. The units are okay as well. She's going to be a 5-star base. Her TMR is Saiga Gauntlet, I hope I'm saying that right. HP 142, attack 43, chance of evading some physical attacks. So this is another option we're going to have for building full evade units, and it's cool because that's her TMR. I'm pretty sure her TMR in War of the Visions as well, so it's cool to see it here. Same with Mont for his TMR, was his TMR that's in War of the Visions. Next up, we have Stern coming in, Stern Leonis. And again, all these units I'll go over in more detail, because I, like, you know how we've been talking about FFB and I've been a little down? No way, I'm going for these guys, because first off, I want the TMRs, maybe I want an STMR down the road, and I just want the units in my collection, because I love the sprites, I love the fact that they're colliding between 2 games, and I gotta have them. Next up is Stern, and his STMR is going to be a must-have for best in slot when we're referring to LB damage dealers. I'm looking at you, NV Tifa users. This is going to be great for you guys. Lion Armor, HP 434, attack 38, defense 38, boost dark resist by 50%, and LB damage. This thing is amazing. I mean, it's something that I'm going to be sought after, and I will be using an STMR Moogle on it if need be, because I really want to have it in my inventory. I love LB users. This helps me out there. You guys know that about me. That's what I'm happy about. His Trust Mastery reward is Faded Prince, boost attack by 50%, and boost equipment attack when a single weapon is in both hands. So he gets a 50% attack, true double hand. Again, that's just going to be, anytime it's a true double hand on a TMR with a little bit of nice stuff on top of it, it's just, if you guys want it, you guys can get your hands on it. Next up, they move into the some other things that are going to be happening, like amazing enhancements, half off energy. That happens a lot. Then they start talking about the 4th anniversary, and then they start talking about how, like, there's been some things going on in the world we all know about. It's kind of delayed some of the stuff they were hoping to push all out at once, and we all know that everybody's dealing with that right now in the world, but they're still trying to give us the best anniversary that they can, and they're going to actually release the anniversary in 3 phases. So don't think of it as like, if you guys start getting into the anniversary stuff, this is what he said, Fujimoto-san said, if you guys start getting into it and you think, it's not too much, it's not as much as we got last time, well, don't worry, there's supposed to be 3 phases of it, and they're going to be giving out a lot in those 3 phases and doing a lot for us to make it a celebration. So that's what this part is essentially explaining. Then they go on to show off some of the new stuff that we're going to be getting. So we're going to be getting tickets based off of the days we've logged in. So how many days you've logged in, and it ended June 25th, they say in the video, like them calculating how many days you've logged in. So it's already passed when this video came out. you're going to get these tickets for it. And we don't know if it's going to be once every 1 day you logged in, which would be insane, one every 50 days you've logged in, etc. But they're going to be 4th anniversary, curated 5-star pools, use to summon 10 units. So it's going to be next era summon ticket. They're going to be 3 of them, okay? And they're going to give out these rewards, you know, every, it's going to be, like I said, 3 phases. This is going to be part of that 3-phase process. So we can see in the first banner, we got a lot of nice units going on here that people want. I still don't have CG Dark Fina yet, which would be nice for me to get my hands on. And then we move on to the next one, and a lot of people, wait, is this the second one? Yes. So the second one here, we can see some of the Esper units that I didn't care for. Vivi, which I already have where I want him to be, but some units people want, and every time you use this, you summon 10 units. So again, it is going to be a lot of summons, but that's what we want, right? The 3rd anniversary, we were kind of complaining about that. We wanted our tickets. This is a way that they're giving back with the tickets. And it looks like if we look at this, it says, please note that you must log in June 29th to claim tickets in your mailbox. So it seems like they're just going to start handing out these tickets sooner than later, which means, like, I think from now when I'm making my video, let me look at the date. Yeah, 2 days from now, we're going to get these tickets, or at least the first phase. Because remember, there's Next Era 1. If we click on this, Next Era, there's Next Era 2, and there's going to be Next Era 3. And the Next Era 3 looks baller as hell, dude. We got Fu, Tsukiko, which I hope to God she gets buffs. I want to use her so bad. I love that unit. Then we have Mastermind Zahn, which we all know is the Dark Visions Master. People were wondering where he was and if he was going to be on some of these summons. You're going to have your chance here. Levinson and Lucas here, I've used a lot in Dark Visions as well. These are all great units, so I'm excited to use them here, but I'm assuming, because you can see the ticket right here where it says 3rd, 2nd, and 1st, well, there's no 1 there, but that means the 1st. You're going to have to really pay attention. I don't know how they're going to divvy out the tickets or how they're going to do it, but we should be expecting it very, very soon. Next up, we have a 10 summon, or 11 summon, excuse me, 10,000 Lapis summon that are going to be all rainbows, and on top of that, we get a 100% TMR Moogle. Definitely doing this just for that 100% TMR Moogle. Maybe I can get me a Stern STMR or something. That's going to be great for you guys out there, again, to go along with the next era. I guess the 4th anniversary is like supposed to be the next era of FFBE is what they're going with their campaign here, running this. Look at these little, I was going to say Chocobo. Look at these little Moogle right here. They look like kind of like they have feathers. That's why I was saying Chocobo. Then moving on, they talk about how this is like huge. They talk about how we're going to have an equipment exchange quest that we can do. We can challenge it once per day and get these tickets, and you can exchange those tickets for past equipment that you may have missed out on. So for the Moogle Charm from the FF15 event, the one that gives that draw attack, it's an accessory. I highly suggest anybody that missed that to pick that up. I cannot stress this enough. You're going to keep playing this game. It's one of the best items I've ever given out. And then hopefully it's on the list of items we can get. And once I see more of them, I'll be able to go in and, really give it a look down and see what we should be getting from them. And then moving on, we move on to the War of the Visions. Oh my God, the War of the Visions part of this announcement is absolutely insane. The color on Fryevia, the way they drew Rain. I mean, honest to God, the art in this game is just top notch. Like, just like the art, like the drawn art is insane. Fryevia, like a couple things you can see here is Rain's insignia is just like prominent. Freyvia's hairpin is there as well, which is from FFBE. You can't see her needle here on this picture, but we are getting Rain and Fryevia on the same banner, which is totally exclusive to Global, right? We've never had him before. Fryevia did not release in JP, so we're getting her for the first time here. When I saw how good she looked, how amazing they did for her, you cannot believe you can't underestimate how hyped I was. And Rain is coming out as well, and we're going to talk about those units right here for all my fans out there. We're going to go to this. There's the new community manager. Maybe I should touch on that as well. But I actually want to cut to this, and I want to watch the sequence here. Fryevia and Rain join the fray, and then here's Rain's just LB is out of this world awesome. I've always wanted him, and then now Fryevia's looking great. I have it playing at a faster speed because I wanted to get through the video. But there they are, dude, and it's unbelievable they're going to be on the same banner. It really makes it tough for us because, you know, I was going for Rain anyway, and now I'll have to go for Rain and Fryevia, a double UR banner. That's going to be tough to be able to get the shards for both of them. Rain was not limited on JP, so it's interesting to see if Fryevia will be limited in Global. We'll have to wait and see for that, and I actually don't know how, if you guys can let me know in the comments below, how they distinguish if a unit's shards will not continue to show up. Maybe we can, I think the way to check is to see if they have a hard quest where we can farm daily shards, you know, kind of like everybody else can, because Rain is supposed to have that. We're not sure about Fryevia yet. Moving on over, again, if you guys didn't know, this is the new community manager. I'm kind of giving him a bad face there. That's That's better. This is better. He's like, ooh, look at this Rain. So the new community manager for, I think it's War of the Visions. I don't know if it's FFBE and War of the Visions, but that's why he's here. But Rain is going to be a great tank. So he's going to be a great tank and damage dealer. And honest to God, he's going to be my tank moving forward. I'm very excited for him. I am a Rain fanboy. I mean, look at this man. Dude, the way they draw him up top, like, he just looks so good, bro. He just looks so good. I can't wait to play with him. And he's actually stellar. He becomes much better after you have the abilities, after we get the updates where we can turn off abilities. And he needs his Crimson Saber, which we'll talk about in a minute. His weapon. It's not his TMR or anything. You get it from the tower, which we'll talk about in a minute. But Rain is an amazing tank, damage dealer duo, and he's fire, so he's going to burn all that ice away. And speaking of ice, we're going to move over, and we'll talk about them more in detail when they release. Fryevia, my God, again, they nailed her. I am so excited. Her jobs are Spellblade, Green Mage, White Mage. So she kind of has like a Spellblade where she's doing a lot of damage, and then she has kind of some support to back her up. That White Mage looks great. I'm assuming we're going to go Spellblade on her as a sub-command because we want to be able to use things like Blizzaga Blade. She is going to be... If you guys were worried about Lucia or your Ayakas out there getting nasty with you, she's going to be a wind destroyer. If you look at her, Ice Prison is her limit burst, deals L damage to targets within a range based on caster's magic stat, and lowers own AP consumption. Lowers the cost of her abilities AP. So she can start spamming those LBs. This is gonna, spamming those abilities if she uses this, making it easier for her to use her abilities. You know, all the time where you're so mad that the AI is buffing. Well, it's gonna be a little bit better on her because the AP is gonna cost a little less. And then we have Blizzaga Blade, which I'm assuming there's gonna be Blizzard Blade too. I'm thinking about my Ramza and how he has Banish Blade and Banishiga Blade. I think it's gonna be very similar with that Spell Blade. But again, she buffs up her own, bestows Wind Eater, right? So she uses Blizzaga Blade, buffs up Wind Eater so she can do more damage to wind units. I am just, we'll have to wait and see when they come out. Maybe, you know, this is the first time we're not going to have information on a unit. But I do know that Rain's a super solid high tier unit in JP, and we'll have to see in Global. Our first exclusive, how good Elegant Spellblade Fryevia is. But you guys know I was already summoning for Rain. I'm hoping that she's not limited like I talked about before. Next up, they talk about, I don't know if the tower's coming out this week, because I think those two units are coming out this week, but they talk about the tower is arriving. And if you guys haven't heard about the tower or heard me talk about it, it's this multi-floor battle where, you know, you have a challenge, you have a challenge, you have a challenge, and you work your way up this tower, and it gets harder and harder as you go up. You get better and better rewards, and this is where we're going to scroll back and forth through this. You can see that you have to fight, you know, this many enemies, and this is where autoing is done. You may be able to auto a few things in the future, but you know how we've been autoing, or a few things at the beginning, excuse me, but not in the future. The floors are just going to be too hard. You're going to have to take over, and this is where your tactics roots, your mind, how you play the game is really going to come in handy. As you can read, each floor to earn rewards, you have to clear them. KO'd units and HP fully recover at regular intervals. So this is something that's big here, guys. A unit, as you take into the tower, the AP use, the skills use, you know how skills only have a certain amount of uses, the TP use, the HP, all of that stuff does not regenerate when you go to the next floor. It doesn't reset like it does when you're in other places. So you got to make sure you can clear the map. You got to make sure you can clear all these floors. So that's why we talked about having all these units built up, right? Because without all these units built up, how are you going to go through each of the floors? So in the first couple of floors, I'm thinking about just taking in some weak units, trying to clear it and trying to get through. And if you get through it, I do believe you can run it twice, right? And then we'll have to see how they do it in Global. But from my understanding, you clear through it once, and then you have to clear through it again to be able to awaken Rain's Crimson Saber, and that's going to be the big thing you get from this this tower. I think there's a ton of other rewards like tickets, and I mean, it's the first time ever I feel like we're getting summoning tickets. I feel like we should get a lot more and more of the visions. I was talking about it with my friends, but we're going to be able to get tickets and other rewards. But the big daddy one is this Crimson Saber. It's a UR sword, right? It's very good on Rain. Rain must have it, in my opinion, if you want him to be great. And it's not one that you have to like tier up, from my understanding. Like, you don't make a Crimson Saber +1. You just have Crimson Saber and you have to awaken it, right? From 1 star to 5 star, and then level it up. And as you awaken it, just kind of like the ring we got from the raid, it'll have special ability that gets applied to it as you awaken it. So again, we'll talk more about all this. I've already been going on a rant for what looks like, I think, 20 minutes at this point. But the Crimson Saber, you have to clear the tower, and then I think you have to go back through it at least halfway to get all the materials for you to be able to awaken it fully. And again, as they say right here in this little tooltip, if I can get to it, HP KO'd units and HP fully recover at intervals. They don't talk about the TP or anything like that, but your HP and stuff will come back. I think at first it was like 48 hours on JP. Again, JP players can let me know, but then they eventually made it to every 24 hours they'll reset. So it gives you a chance to try to get through as fast as possible. But you really got to play it out, man. You got to be this tower. It's going to be tough for a lot of people out there. The tower has returned multiple times in JP with the Crimson Saber being there, so you're gonna have your chance at getting that awesome UR sword. So don't worry about it too much. You can see it says fully recover units, surviving units 5 out of 5 challenge. I don't know what this button, it's gonna be interesting to see what this button does. I'm very excited to try this out if you didn't know. Like this is the content. This is like the end game. Like I think this is what trials are to FFBE. This is War of the Visions end game. And I know a lot of people out there are going to have a lot of fun trying it out, and I can't wait to try it on stream. But that's going to be something we're going to be doing. And in War of the Visions, of course, we getting that free 10 pool, hoping to get some URs and, you know, get us on our way there with making sure we get the espers we need and stuff like that. But oh man, guys, I cannot tell you. It is like, it's understating it, how excited I am for the FFBE anniversary with the War of the Visions units. Oh yeah, and FFBE, I forgot to tell you this. They talk about it right here. I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but after they talk about the tickets, everybody's getting a free 5,000. I think they said June 29th, which is in 2 days when these tickets should go out. We're all getting 5,000 free lapis as well, which is insane to start saving up for. I was trying to save up for Neovisions, but they keep giving me stuff I actually want to pull on. Hell, dude, I welcome it, man. I want to be excited again. So, so much exciting stuff, and the art on these units is just insane, bro. Let me get to the... Like, look at him. Look at Rain, dude. It's just so good. And you guys can tell I'm pumped. So expect a lot of videos coming out from me covering this kind of stuff and being ready for next week. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what you're most excited about, whether it be FFB or War of the Visions, as the communities collide. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. See you guys later.